Figma, if you want to make changes to any particular element, you need to select it first. So to select any particular element, let's say frame or shape or anything, you need to just click on it. So now you can see the desktop one frame has been selected. And now if you want to deselect this frame, you can just click outside. Now there's another way to select these elements as well. You can see here on the left side in the layers section, there's the desktop one. So you can just click right here. So this gets selected, and every single element that you add in your design page will be added in the layers section. Each element acts as an individual layer. So we will cover that in the later part with an example. Now the name of the frame that we added in the previous session by default is desktop 1. If you want to change the name, you can just double click right here on desktop 1 in the layers section. So from here you can change the name of the element. So I'll just change the name of this frame to, let's say, and once you are done, just hit enter. So now you can see the name of this frame has been changed. So let's add another frame to our page. You can just hit the F button on your keyboard. Now if you take a look at your cursor, you can see there's a plus sign. So if I just hold my left mouse button and drag this thing any way I want, I can add a frame of my own dimensions. So here you can see the live dimensions as well. So I'll just leave this mouse button, and here's my other frame. Now if you want to move this frame anywhere, you can just hold your left mouse button and drag this frame anywhere you want, and you can just align this right here. Okay, so the default dimensions of this frame are 1576 by 1053. If you want to change these dimensions, all you have to do is just on the right side, you can see there's the width and height. So from here you can make changes to the dimensions. You can add custom dimensions of your own. So I'll just add some dimensions. I'll change the width to 1080 and change the height to 1920. And you can use the zoom in zoom out button and the hand tool to set the screen in a way that you are comfortable to edit with. So I'll just keep it like this. Now if you take a look at the layer section on the left side, you can see there's the frame 1. So this was the second element that we added. Now let's go towards the design part. So I'll just select this frame 1 right here. And now if you take a look at the right side, you can see there are various options for the design part. So the width and height option we just saw. There's another option, that's the angle option for rotation. So you can just enter a angle you want to rotate this thing. Now if I just enter 10 and hit enter, you can see this is how it rotates. Now you can manually rotate this thing as well. You just have to take your mouse near one of the edges, and you can see the cursor changes to the rotation icon. And from here you can just hold your left mouse button and drag this thing anywhere you want to rotate it. And on the right side in the design part, you can see a live preview of the angle changes that you are making. Okay, and I'll just enter it to 0 once again. So there it is. And moving on, there's the corner radius feature as well. So here you can give a corner radius to this thing. Now what is corner radius? Now let's zoom in and take a look at this edge right here. So here you can see this is a perfect rectangle. The edges are straight lines. So now I'll select this frame and add a corner radius right here. So let's add a corner radius of 50. So now you can see there's a corner radius to our frame. So this was about the corner radius. Now the auto layout and layout grid feature I'll explain in the later part with an example. Now let's talk about the fill section. So fill, just like the name says, it's the fill of your elements. Currently we have selected the frame, so let's change the fill of this frame. Right now the fill of this frame has been selected as white. Now if I click on this color right here, you can see we have various options for the color of this element. So you can just select any color you want. You can also adjust the opacity of this thing by changing right here. So just select a color that you want. You'll get a live preview as well as you make the changes. So I'll just set it as green for now. And there are many more options for this fill as well. Now if I just expand this option right here, you can see there's linear, radial, angular, diamond and image fill as well. So you can just explore them one by one. There's this linear fill option. You can change them the way you want. Now there's this image option as well, which means you can add an image as a fill of the element. So let's select the image option, and from here you can upload an image from your device. So here we have added an image as a fill of the frame. Now there's the strokes, effects and export option. So we'll take a look at them one by one. So currently the stroke option isn't enabled. So if you want to enable the stroke option, you can see there's the plus sign. So just click on it. And now the stroke option has been enabled. Here is the color of the stroke. So you can just select any color that you want. I'll just take it as red. And down here is the stroke size. You can just drag this thing and select the stroke size, or you can just manually enter the number you want. So I'll just set it as 10. So now we have added a red stroke to our frame. And moving on, there's the effect option. So currently this is not enabled, so let's click on the plus sign. And now there's drop shadow, inner shadow, layer blur, and so on. So you can explore these features on your own. I'll just give you an example of, let's say, drop shadow. So just select this icon right here and change the values the way you want. Okay, so we have added a drop shadow now. Now if I just zoom in, you can see there's the drop shadow right here. And then there's the export feature. So I'll just click on this plus sign. So here you can see currently I have selected the frame 1. So we are talking about exporting this frame 1. And now there are options that we can export this as file type. So there's PNG, JPG, SVG, PDF, and so on. So let's select PNG. And now I'll just click on export frame 1. Now you can save this on your device. Okay, so I'll just click on save, and now this frame has been exported as a PNG on our device. Okay, so here's the frame. Okay, so here you can see this was the frame that we exported. This is how it's going to look as an image.